We are told to make n the subject of the formula, and we're having m over n all square equals to 4l. Now remember, don't forget, you are moving from the outermost peel, so we're having m over n all square equals to 4l. We want to make n the subject of the formula. Unfortunately, we're having this bracket and there is a square, so we have to find a way to remove this square first. Now what do? The opposite of square. Can you remember the opposite of square? Square root. So we find the square root of both sides. Find the square root of both sides. So we should be having square root of m over n all square equals to square root of 4l. Now remember, square root will cancel square, so we are left with m over n equals to square root of 4l. Now remember, we are trying to make n the subject of the formula, so we want n to be on one side of the equation by itself. Now we've got m over n, so we have to find a way to remove m from the left hand side of the equation. Now how do we do that? Now one way to do that is to divide both sides by m, but because it's a fraction, it's easier to multiply both sides by 1 over m. Remember how we did it in the last example? Because m is up here, we make m down in this place. It's like the opposite. So we should be having 1 over m times m over n, can you see, equals to 1 over m times square root of 4l. M will cancel m, so I'm left with 1 over n, can you see, equals to 1 over m times square root of 4l. Remember, this one there's like an over 1 here, so 1 times square root of 4l should give us square root of 4l all over m. Now we are trying to make n the subject of the formula, not 1 over n. So to make n the subject of the formula, I invert. Can you remember? So n over 1 will be equals to, because I did that to the left hand side, I have to do the same to the right hand side. So I should be having m over square root of 4l, which means that, can we complete it here please? So we are having n equals to m all over square root of 4l, and here is the answer. N equals to m all over square root of 4l. I hope you got this perfectly. Remember, when you have something like this that's a fraction, instead of saying divide both sides by m, which you would still get the same answer, it's just that the process might be a bit lengthy, you can just say multiply both sides by 1 over m. So m is up here, m will be down here. Does that make sense?